Guys, just showing, I'll show you my settings on this just quickly here. So that's my on, minus 11 is my off. Somebody was saying that these things won't go below 0 on the right side, they go below 0. So there's my on and there's my off. So I don't need this thing running, but I'll show you in a minute here. Hey guys, how to program the STC 3008. Okay, so channel 1, left side. Channel 2, right side. 1 and 1 are your up and down buttons. Up arrow is on, down arrow is off. Number 2, same thing. Up arrow on, down arrow off. That's when it's telling the relays to come off and on. You want the relay to come on at 1 degree because your box is getting warm. You want to cool it back down. You're walking cooler, you want to get it cold. I got a short little video there just to show you my settings on my actual walk-in trailer. So, 1, it's set the same. I've been messing with it. So, gain access. There's my up is at 1 degree, exactly the same as the box as my trailer. And this will be my evap sensor. I can run that evap sensor down to minus 11. There's no frost. It's not freezing, and it'll if there is I think it's a 21-minute cycle between the compressor running once it gets to operating temperature. And once that box has got a quench in and it's nice and cold, it's easy to maintain that. So again, 1 is my on, down is my off. So to set, I want 1. I hold this down. I'm setting my my on position, so I can run it down to minus 1. I'm going to put it back to what it was. So I have it exactly the same. I'll let it stand for a couple seconds. My down, I hit the down button. Okay, it's going to go back, so it's quick. You have to do this quick. Hold it down so I can go up or down, and I find the happy medium as to where that box runs and it doesn't freeze and it doesn't cause ice on the evaporator. So same thing on number 2, right? It's controlling, say, the room temperature, for instance. There's 2 sensors on this. My up is my on and my down is my off. I think I have that set at I can't honestly remember, to be honest with you. You're gonna have to mess with it and find out where your box is happy at. For instance, my on is going to come on at minus 1 degree, so that's a little cold. Say I want it to come on at 1.6 degrees, say, for instance. If I hold the up arrow, got it to flash, I want to come on at 1.6 degrees. I don't want to get anything warmer than that in the box. And my down, I can run down to minus 3 before it hits that evaporator shutdown, right? So our evaporator on the upper one is minus 11. My evaporator temperature, or sorry, my room temperature, allow it to run down to minus 3. You actually want it cycling off your room temperature, not your evaporator, because the evaporator is your backup to shut the power off to everything. So, and I showed you that in the wiring on the previous video. You loop it in there so that the relay, your evap will be active, and then it'll shut down your room temperature can shut it down, or your evap can shut it down. So yeah, it's just a matter of hitting it. Your up arrow would set, hit it, hold it to flash. You can set it, obviously the down button then turns into the setting lower, or the up arrow turns into the setting higher. So yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of figuring it out. You have the 2 sensors. One would be your evap, figure out what side makes you happy. One goes into the evaporator core, and then the other one goes into the room temperature. Specifically, I'd like to try to get it as close as possible to the analog gauge, like the dials that I can't stress them enough. It saves you from having to go into the box. You're probably a good idea to stick this on the outside, because then you open the door, you're dropping degrees, you're affecting it, and then you have to do 2 or 3 cycles, and you're not knowing if it's actually taking effect. You can do, you're best off to have this mounted outside, and you can basically do adjustments and not affect the box. So that's what I'm recommending. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Like and subscribe, guys. Getting lots of hits and lots of questions. They do go below 0. Somebody was mentioning that they don't. There we go. So that's my on. They will go below 0 on both sides. It doesn't matter. They will both act as heating, or they will both act as cooling. Right, so let it stand. I'm going to program the off arrow. I'm going to hold it down until it flashes. want to go down to -6, for instance. I can't even remember what my box is set at. I'm still messing with it, but they work good and they stay constant. It's for the money these things are. They stay constant. So you're heating a nightlight with it, and you're able to turn these into an active controller for walk-in cooler without much. So basically, you could cut up an extension cord. Here's an extension cord that's cut up, an old computer cable, powers it. Loop the wiring like I showed you in the previous video into the relays, and then one wire to a nightlight, and the nightlight is heating the sensors that are in the AC to trick it. You have any questions? It's not that hard. You don't have to spend $600. You could cut up an old extension cord, plug in a nightlight, trick your AC unit, and you could have a cooler up and running in no time. So if you have any questions, again, shoot them to me on the comments, and like and subscribe, guys. Thanks a lot.